Hello and welcome to the Brother SE2000 basic bobbin winding and first stitch tutorial. First thing we're going to do is power on the machine. Pay no attention to the appearing and disappearing foot pedal. This edit was not very good. So if you take a bobbin and put it onto the bobbin winder, and if you can get it on there, and you click it to the right, you have now engaged the bobbin winding mechanism. So the needle will not be going up and down. This is the first time I've seen one of these little rubber inserts for these kind of threads where they have the hole that you break the tape, and I hate them. I don't like it at all. I've never used it. I thought I'd try it for this tutorial video, and one, it makes it harder to get the spool onto the spool holder, but I had issues with the rubber somehow snagging the thread. I don't know. It was probably me, but you know, try it out, see if you like it. If you're going to be doing the bobbin winding, you can just follow the numbers. 1, 2 just goes over to the right. 3 goes behind this little thing and snags underneath that screwy thing, knobby cap thing. I don't know what it's called, but it goes underneath that. And I like to thread the bobbin through the hole if they have a little hole at the top. That way I have something to hold on to when I start the first couple of revolutions on the bobbin winding. So I'm going to go back on to the bobbin winder and engage it by clicking it to the right. You don't need the foot pedal if you don't have the foot pedal installed. I think you can just hit that arrow, which is red now, either because I have not touched the screen to engage the machine, or it's because the foot pedal's in. Yeah, this took me a while to figure out. You can't just turn on the machine. You have to touch the screen. Or maybe I have a lemon. I don't know. Mine took a while to engage to get to that first screen. But then now that it's officially started, I can hit the foot pedal and start a couple of winds and then cut the top thread that I was holding on to. And now you can just either hit the foot pedal, or if you're not using the foot pedal, the arrow button, and then you have a slow, medium, and fast setting. Use at your own discretion. Now you can cut the bobbin thread and slide it to the left, which engages back into sewing mode. Your plastic cover screen just pops out by pulling that lever to the right, and it even has a little etch in the plastic to show you which way the bobbin thread goes. Counterclockwise off to the left, and try to catch it under that arrow and follow along the little loop. There's a blade at the end, and it should cut when you pull it. And you have now just installed your bobbin. Congratulations. When you're putting the plastic cover back on, it needs to go under that little catch so that it'll pop up next time you use it. Same thing. I'm going to try a different color for the top thread. And guess what? I'm having a hard time with that rubber stopper thing. Ugh. I don't know. It's probably me. I'm sure there's professional sewers that swear by that thing. I think it comes with a large and a small spool cap. Most sewing machines do. And so now we can follow the number guided system, but for threading the needle, instead of going to the right on 2, you're going to go to the left. And there's a little U-turn. So up here is where the thread usually goes around the back of the take-up lever, which goes up and down in sync with the needle. And I don't know if it's my machine or how yours is, but it was hard. It's like back there. Most of them, they're more forward so that you can get behind it. I don't know. I got this used, so maybe there's something wrong with it. Anyway, you got to get around that take-up lever, and then as per my usual videos, I don't know what it is with the thread guide right above the needle, but I always have a hard time getting it behind there. Now this has a pretty good auto threader, but you have to have the needle in that up position before you can use the auto threader, and it works pretty well once it's in the correct position. You just pull the knob down and it pokes the needle through the thread through the needle, and it comes back out. Bam-a-lam. Pretty cool. And now you have threaded the machine. You're ready to sew. So this was loose. The shank, I forgot what it's called. This is what you remove when you want to put the embroidery foot on. But mine was just loose, so I'm just tightening it. And then to drop the foot, there's a lever for the individual feet when you're in this sewing, when you have this sewing shank on. I was just demonstrating how that comes off, and then if you're going to put another foot on or put the foot back on, you just lower the shank onto that little rod bridge that's in between the metal foot. And I don't know why I was having such a hard time, but maybe I'm probably doing it wrong. Don't do anything I do in this video, by the way, because I'm doing everything wrong for sure. Anyway, so from the touch screen, you can select your basic stitch. And I discovered that foot, the end foot, is for the decorative stitches. There's a standard foot for the basic stitches. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but better safe than sorry in case there's like a decorative stitch that goes too wide and smashes the needle into the wrong foot. But for the straight stitch and the zigzag stitch, the basic stitches, I'm just going to use this standard foot if I ever figure out how to get it onto the rod. Oh, this is so much fun. Hey, there he goes. All right, so that's how you change the feet. And then again, if you're going to put the embroidery foot on, you have to unscrew that big screw and take the whole thing off and put the embroidery foot on. But this machine sews pretty well. I was pretty excited about it. I almost wanted to keep this machine, but I'm probably going to just sell it after I make this video and get, 25 people to watch it. But look at those stitches. Not too shabby. So I'm going to try some decorative stitches. I'm going to go back into the touchscreen over there. And I'm not going to put the decorative stitch foot on because I like to live dangerously. I'm not entirely sure why it wants me to cancel the current pattern. I don't know if there was something loaded previously. I thought you just select the pattern stitch and, engage it. So this is interesting. Underneath the symbol of the N foot that you're supposed to be using, which of course I'm not, there's a little J with a diamond. So when I select the B, it goes underneath the J with the diamond. It's going to stitch it like that. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know where it came from. I'll have to investigate that at a later date. But anyway, I was going to use the arrow to try to just let the machine do the pattern automatically, but of course it will not work if you have the foot installed. So I unplug the foot. Now you can hit the go arrow and it'll just do the stitch until you hit the arrow again to stop. Kind of a cool feature. I love the little scissors icon for cutting. Very handy on these modern fancy pants machines. But yeah, look, there's a little J spaceship diamond thing. I don't know what that is. Leave in the comment below if you know why there's a J with a diamond in there. Anyway, last tip. I always like to cut the thread at the top and pull it all the way through the path. I feel like you get less lint and fluff stuck if you pull backwards through the mechanism. And of course, have the foot up so the tension is loose. Okay, and I'll leave you with the final treat of the day. You will never be able to unsee this amazing cannonball. You saw it here first. Thank you for watching, and I'll try to make better videos in the future.